drugs, injuries, and abuse. Across the state of Alabama, the attorneys, proudly sponsored by Hollis, Wright & Couch, are here to serve you. Your tough legal questions answered by our experts. The attorneys with Josh Wright from the Hollis, Wright & Couch Law Firm and host David Lamb.
Hello and welcome into The Attorneys. I'm David Lamb. Thanks so much for being with us tonight here on The Attorneys. The whole goal is to get your legal questions answered and to do that in a way and with a subject matter that matters to you right where you are, and that is certainly the case tonight when we understand lemon laws and protecting your rights. Josh Wright of the firm Hollis, Wright & Couch is with us to lead our discussion. Good to see you, sir.
You too. Hope you had a great week as always.
I did.
Yeah, Wes Barnett's on the show tonight. Wes is with Norris here in Birmingham. Great lawyer, talking about a real interesting topic and a topic that applies to all of us, consumer warranties. We're talking about warranties from cars to homes to consumer products and electronics and those types of things that we buy on a daily basis. So Wes, thank you so much for coming on today to talk about this issue. And I actually think it's going to be a topic, David, that educates people on exactly what their rights are related to a product that goes bad. Yeah. And so that's why we brought Wes on. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Wes, does everything I buy come with a warranty?
Almost everything we buy does come with a warranty. Warranties can be excluded, but Alabama law gives every product an implied warranty of merchantability, which basically says that the product is good for its intended use, and if there's any defect in it, that the manufacturer will replace it.
Okay, and what about, we hear the term, lemons and lemon laws. What about the lemon laws?
The lemon law is a special law in Alabama that covers new cars. When you purchase a new car, if there is a defect with that car, there are certain circumstances that you may have recourse for that car. If the car's a lemon, for instance, if there's a problem with the car that the manufacturer, the dealer can't fix on 3 occasions, then you may have a claim against the manufacturer for a refund or a replacement of that
What
car.
If you buy it, you see that, especially used cars, as is?
What that means, that's actually, if you see as is, there is no warranty given with that product. Used products, most people that sell cars to individuals will put that in the bill of sale, which is essentially saying I'm making no warranties with regard to this product, so if there's any problems with it, it's your problem.
So if I drive it off the lot and it dies, and once it's off the lot,
if it said as is, then that's true. With most dealerships, if you're buying used or new cars from a dealership, they'll give you a written warranty, which will spell out the terms of what is covered under that warranty. Those warranties are generally limited to a particular amount of time or mileage with the vehicle.
So a lot of times, even with a used vehicle, what you'll see is a dealership or whoever's selling the used car will have a 30-day or a 90-day warranty just to make sure that when you drive it off the lot, you don't have the problem that you're talking about, and you're protected a little bit. But you need to ask about those things when you're buying a car for sure to make sure that you're educating yourself.
That's exactly right.
Explain, if you will, and I think this is important, there aren't just implied warranties, there are also express warranties, kind of how that whole process works so people understand what they're getting into when they buy product, albeit a car or a consumer product.
Okay. There are both warranties. State law, Alabama implemented what we call the UCC, the Uniform Commercial Code, which Article 2 deals with sales. That is what requires an implied warranty of merchantability in every sale that happens. There's also an implied warranty of fitness for a particular purpose, which deals with if the salesperson knows that you're going to use a product in a particular way, you have a warranty that it will work for that what you need it for. There are also express warranties, which are just written warranties that tell you exactly what they warrant. And there's a federal law called the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act, which requires manufacturers that give express warranties to do so in writing and for them to be available at the time of purchase. The reason is so that consumers can compare what they're actually getting and what the warranties are for particular products in making a decision to purchase one item over another.
You wonder why we bring guys like this
That's
on. He knows
way.
exactly what he's talking about. Yeah. Let me ask you this. If I'm buying a vehicle and it says as is, but you know, somebody gives me an express warranty at the point of sale and says, you know, don't worry, we'll make sure this car's good for a year. You know, you're covered for the next year. If something goes wrong, you can bring it back into us. That's not written. It was expressed. Does that create an actual warranty, or is that kind of a gray area? Because I think that's an issue that people probably could deal with on a daily basis if they go buy a car, for example.
You have to be very careful with that. If you're ever given an express warranty, you want to get it in writing. Okay. There are certain laws, you know, the statute of frauds that require certain things to be in writing. And if there's an agreement, it's possible that whatever you were told will not be enforceable against the party that told you that. So if anybody gives you that, you make sure to get it in writing.
Let's jump into this lemon law issue, because it is an issue that I know your firm and my firm, we get these questions all the time from consumers. I bought a brand new vehicle. It's not performing the way that I think it should, or there's a problem associated with it. What are the time frames that somebody has to notify the dealer or the manufacturer that there's a problem associated with the car, and how many problems do they have to have before it actually could qualify as a lemon law? Does that make sense?
Yeah, there's a particular amount of time. The lemon law period, as the law states, which I believe is 24 months, if I'm not mistaken, that you have to notify the manufacturer of the problem. There are certain requirements in order for you to have a claim under the lemon law, and that is that the manufacturer has tried on 3 occasions to fix the problem and couldn't, or if the manufacturer has possession of the vehicle and attempting to fix the problem for 30 days or longer. So if it's taking them too long to fix the problem, then you have a claim under the lemon law.
Can any problem associated with the vehicle qualify as a lemon law, or is that a little more complicated? Meaning, you know, I understand if my vehicle is not running, it's not starting, that's one thing. If there's an electrical issue with a light you know, a dome light in my vehicle that I don't like the way it's operating, is the lemon law flexible enough to be able to include that type of case too, or?
That's a little grayer. It depends on the impact on the vehicle itself. It generally has to be safety issues or usefulness issues. If the car's not running, clearly that would be a lemon law problem.
We love questions. You can call, text, email those to us. That information is on your screen. A question we've got here in terms of car purchases, what about claims after factory warranty has expired?
Unfortunately, you're on your own at that point. Express warranties that are given by manufacturers, you always get those at the point of sale on a new car, or in some used cars they'll give warranties as well. They last for a particular period of time. They're usually in you know, 5 years or 30,000 miles, something like that, and whichever occurs first, the warranty doesn't apply any longer after that time.
I have seen and heard about vehicles that had lemon law related issues, and they're being resold at significant discounts, and there's a whole market out there that people can go to buy these vehicles. Does there have to be some form of disclosure by the manufacturer or by the dealer that this vehicle had been recalled for a lemon law violation previously? How does that work, Wes?
Yeah, Alabama law does. It allows the cars that are returned under the lemon law to be resold, but they require a written disclosure to the new owner of the fact that it was returned due to a lemon law issue. And it also requires that they return the title to the Department of Revenue, and that the Department of Revenue issue a new title that actually stamps on it that it was returned as a result of lemon law.
Good piece of information right there he just gave us, which is always look at your title before you're buying your vehicle to make sure that it has not been through a lemon law issue.
Are you a fan of Carfax?
Any information that you can get on an item, I'm a fan of. Carfax does. It's not 100%.
Right.
It won't give you every fact out there, but it certainly has information. Absolutely, I would check.
All right, time for our first break. As we head to break, a reminder, call, text, email. That's how you get your questions to us. We'll pass those along to our panel of experts. You can also find the firm of Hollis, Wright, and Couch. If you'll search that firm name, you'll find them on Facebook and on Twitter, Hollis_Wright. Stay tuned. More of the attorneys coming right up.
I'm Josh Wright with the law firm of Hollis, Wright, and Couch, and thank you for watching The Attorneys on Alabama's 13. Now, we hope you, a friend, or a loved one never need legal counsel for a case. But if you do, the goal of this show is simple. Provide answers and legal counsel when you need it the most. Now, your call to the show is free, so if you have questions specific to this show or related to other civil legal matters, call, email, or text us to talk with one of our lawyers. You can also follow us on Facebook or Twitter to learn about important legal news that could affect you or your family. Or simply contact us by going to alabamas13.com and click on the Attorneys link. Now, we know your time is valuable, so thank you for spending it with us and for watching The Attorneys here on Alabama's 13.
Welcome back into The Attorneys, talking about warranties. Would love to get your input on this as well. You can call, text, email that information on the screen throughout the remainder of the program. So we welcome you to be a part of this, talking about warranties whenever we went to break. You know, if you buy anything, not only vehicles, we were talking about vehicles, but vehicles and homes and or electronics at a big box, you get these offers for warranties, extended warranties, all kinds of warranties. Kind of generally, what's your key advice whenever it comes to the purchase of any of the warranties that you're offering?
Well, first of all, when you're talking about extended warranties, a lot of times those don't replace the manufacturer's implied warranty. So you still may have an implied warranty of merchantability, even if you're purchasing an extended warranty. And sometimes the extended warranties will require you to use the manufacturer's implied warranty before you're able to use the extended warranty. But generally speaking, an extended warranty, you're basically buying a contract, and that contract covers particular things. The contract itself will define what it covers and what's excluded. And in those circumstances, it's really important that consumers read those contracts or read the warranties to understand exactly what they cover and exactly what they exclude.
All right, so you're saying there are some warranties that are valid, makes sense, but not necessarily across the board. Do warranties do what they say they'll do? A bit of a warning, I guess?
I guess a lot of times consumers will believe that warranties cover any issue that happens to them. That's not necessarily true. It's important that they read the warranty before they make the decision to make that purchase, because every warranty that I've read has exclusions to it and excludes certain circumstances. A lot of times they will exclude accidental damage and things like that. It would only be a product malfunction not related to you dropping it or something like that. So if the warranty doesn't cover you dropping it, you may not want to spend your money on that warranty.
The key there is learn what you're getting and make sure you're educating yourself about that before you get to that point. Now, warranties also apply to new homes, and we've actually had shows kind of on this issue. Can you explain in general terms how the warranties work as it relates to a new home once construction is completed and you're closing on your home?
Well, there is a distinction between new and older or used homes. When you sell your home to someone else, there is no implied warranty of habitability. If you are purchasing a new home, there is an implied warranty of habitability. Most builders will issue a written warranty, in which case the written warranty will state what it covers. Much like we were talking about with consumer goods, it's important that you read those warranties and understand what they are covering. But they do come with a warranty of habitability, and if there's any defects in the home, the builder would have to come back and fix those. There's one caveat to that: is there's certain circumstances that an implied warranty of habitability would not apply, and that is where you on your property are hiring a builder to build a home pursuant to your design or dimensions. In such a case, there's may not be an implied warranty of habitability.
Sounds like you need to work with the builder and determine whether or not it would even there'd be a warranty applicable or not.
That's right.
Now, if I sell my home, I have knowledge that there is a safety issue related to my home, and I don't disclose it to a third party. Third party buys it and they figure it out later. I'm not even sure that qualifies as a warranty or not, but it seems to me that there still is a responsibility for certain types of latent defects that are significant to health and safety where the person purchasing the home could still have a claim against the person that sold it?
That's right. You can't lie about safety issues. You can't hide things. And if you're asked a direct question, you certainly can't lie to the buyer if you know if there's a defect in the home. But there is no duty for you to disclose non-safety defects. And there is no warranty given of habitability when you sell your home. But yes, you're right. If there's a safety issue, you have to disclose that.
And the reason I even bring that up is I think it falls, and I knew Wes would know that issue because they've been involved in their firm has been involved in some very significant home warranty-based claims. At the end of the day, the reason I brought it up was to make the point that just because you're buying a home as is, kind of like a car as is, does not mean there may not be claims for somebody if you find a significant health and safety related issue down the road that was not disclosed to you that probably should have been disclosed.
And that takes us to a question we've got here. What about if I build or buy a home? Is a warranty required?
Every new home requires a warranty.
Okay.
So yes, the short answer is yes.
Okay.
It sounds like though a custom build, if there's a custom build on your own property, you probably need to work with your builder to make sure that you're getting a home warranty?
That's right. The warranty of habitability, that the home will be safe and inhabitable, it may not apply where you are hiring the builder to build a home to your specifications.
Talk to me about, because I know your firm has been involved in some significant national litigation related to this topic. When somebody buys a home, oftentimes at the closing table they are offered, and I'm talking about even a used home, they're offered a home warranty or an extended home warranty. What's your thought on that, recommendations on that?
Well, first of all, they are called home warranties. If you search the internet, that's what you're going to find is home warranty companies. In fact, they're not really warranties. They're really home service contracts. And what they say is if you have a problem with any device in your home or any system in your home, that they will hire a subcontractor to come to your home and fix the particular item or replace it if it need be within the term of that service contract.
What's the key there? Is the key there you really need to read what you're getting?
You really need to read what you're getting, and you also need to research the companies. It's important. I've had a recent experience with one particular company that was widely known on the internet, but didn't have an actual office. It didn't have very many employees, and turns out wasn't paying many claims. So you got to be careful with the company that you go with and read the terms of the agreement before you agree to it.
If you've already run into that circumstance where you're dealing with a home warranty company and they're giving you trouble, you recommend contacting a firm like yours to be able to have somebody evaluate those claims?
Absolutely. A lot of people are a little scared to take action against a home warranty company. They will take their word as the case. Oftentimes the home warranty company will tell them that their problem is excluded or not covered by the contract, and that may not necessarily be true.
Call the show. We'll get you in touch with these guys in those circumstances.
And there was actually a big case with the home warranty company last year. I don't know how common that is, but I know that that's a bone of contention. Time for our second break. As we head into this break, a reminder, time for you to get your question to us. You can call, text, email. Also find the firm Hollis, Wright & Couch on Facebook, and they are also on Twitter at Hollis_Wright. Stay tuned. The final segment of The Attorney is coming right up.
I'm Mallory Schneider with the law firm of Hollis, Wright & Couch. It's easy to take safety at home or at work for granted, but crime can happen anywhere. So that's why for this week's Legal 411, we're answering the question, is your employer liable if you are a victim of crime at work? Generally in Alabama, employers cannot be held liable for the criminal acts of third parties, including physical assaults, robberies, shootings, burglaries, and sexual assaults. This rule is to protect employers from being blamed for acts that they couldn't predict would happen. However, there are two major exceptions to this rule. One, if your employer knew or had reason to know that the criminal act was likely to occur. Or two, a special relationship existed between your employer and the criminal. For example, If you work in an area of town where crimes frequently occur at your job, and your employer has not taken steps to make sure the work area is kept safe, your employer may be liable if a crime happens to you. Or if the person who committed the crime is a coworker that your boss knew had a criminal background, your employer could also be held liable. Our advice to you is to be diligent. Take measures to be safe. Check your surroundings. Keep your vehicle locked at all times. Have someone walk you to your car if you leave the office late. Even check with the police department to learn if you work in a high crime area. If you do, then check with your employer to see what measures they are taking to keep you safe. Communicating with your employer is generally the best way to make sure you are on the same page with them. Please remember, your call, email, or text to the attorneys is free. All of us at Hollis, Wright & Couch want to help answer your questions on real issues you face. Remember, a competent lawyer will respond to every question you send in. That's our pledge and promise to you. Thanks for watching The Attorneys on Alabama's 13.
I'm warning you, you better do something. Knowing about consumer warranties. The final segment here to go. You can call, text, email. A few minutes remaining for you to do so and get your questions to us. Covering some interesting ground when it comes to warranties.
Yeah, what is like, if you're going to assert a claim under warranty, aren't there certain requirements? I saw that fact that we came into the show with. Aren't there certain requirements of what you have to do in order to present your claim?
There are. Under the warranty law in Alabama, you have to notify the manufacturer of the product before you bring a claim and wait a certain period of time before you can file a lawsuit. Under the Alabama lemon law, it requires you to notify the manufacturer one last time before you're able to file your lawsuit.
Let's go back to an issue that we were talking about in the last segment related to home warranties. If I get a home warranty that I think is going to protect my HVAC system, my roof, whatever, does the consumer that has purchased that have certain obligations to keep that warranty even in place?
Yes, some of the exclusions under a home warranty will require you to do certain things. HVAC is a good example. They generally require you to maintain the unit pursuant to the manufacturer's specifications, which requires you to change the filters and to clean the coils, at least once a year or something like that. But it's important that you read the warranty to understand what sort of obligations you may have to maintain your systems in order for them to be covered.
Yeah, and I think you just made a point that I was going to point out, and that is maintain your system to make sure they're covered. Those are potential ways that the coverage could be excluded by the warranty company if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that could be dangerous. That's what you want to watch out for.
We've covered vehicles, we've covered homes. What folks even purchase more often, everybody in the world has some sort of a handheld electronic device. How about the warranties and the coverage for such devices?
Well, most all of those devices come with a manufacturer's warranty. If the warranty is excluded or no warranty is given, then it has to be told to you conspicuously on the product itself. It would have to say that. So most all devices come with some form of warranty. They generally differ in time frame. If, for instance, a limited warranty is given, that the manufacturer may limit the implied warranty to a particular amount of time. So you may see a limited warranty for 90 days. You may see a limited warranty for 1 year for product defects.
Yeah. Do most of those devices cover, I guess, defects on the company's part rather than dropping it in water or doing something that breaks it, something due to neglect yourself or some sort of accident?
That's right. Product warranties do not cover accidental damage. If you drop it and break it, the warranty is not going to cover that. The things that the warranty would cover if the device just doesn't work. If you wake up one day and your cell phone's not turning on, and you have no idea why, you haven't dropped it in water, that's the sort of thing that a warranty would cover.
All right, so if you think you've got a claim that you're going to assert related to a warranty, what's the key? What do you really need to do to make sure that you're prepared to assert the warranty claim so you can be successful?
Well, it's always helpful to document everything. I mean, keep your receipt, put it with your warranty, file it away. In the case of home warranty issues, take pictures, document when you spoke to who and what was said. I mean, document these things so that you can recall later, and it gives you some sort of objective proof of the problem that you're having. But the main issue is that you document.
Yeah. A question that we've got here, we've kind of covered this ground before, but in terms of lemon laws or any issues whenever it comes to, you don't think the company is fulfilling their end of the bargain and they've sold you something, they've fallen short in some way. What sort of a time frame in terms of, we were talking coming in about lawsuits, what sort of a time frame in terms of filing a suit?
Well, they're different. What we call statutes of limitation that would apply in the lemon law. I believe it's 2 year or 3 years.
Okay.
In the case of the Alabama warranty law, the statute of limitations is 4 years.
Okay.
So there is some period of time. In the case of homes, there's recent Alabama legislation that requires you to file the lawsuit within 2 years of discovering the defect. So it just depends on the circumstance, but there is a time frame, so it's important that you do something about it quickly.
And real quickly, we were talking about lemon laws. A question we've got here: who actually, if you think you've bought a lemon, who do you actually let know that what's sort of the process
That's
there?
That's a great question.
The manufacturer is the party that is responsible. Generally, you can go to the dealership that you purchased the product from, and they will be able to direct you to who you need to contact. But the dealership is not responsible. The manufacturer is.
Okay. All right. A couple of minutes left. Time, just kind of final comments from you when it comes to this topic and consumer warranties. What do folks need to know? What's your final warning for them? 2
points. Read the warranty, understand what you're getting. You can compare them to other products. It can help you make a decision between two products, and document. Document your issues, keep those receipts, keep your warranty.
You said read those documents. You're a smart lawyer, okay? I mean, are they written in ways to where they try to be a little complicated?
They can be a little bit complex, but the federal law requires manufacturers, when they give written warranties, to do so in a single document and understandable. So they're trying to be written in plain language and that sort of thing.
I'd mention 2 points also. Number one, if you think that you have got a warranty claim or you don't think that a product is performing the way that it's supposed to, talk with counsel. We talk a lot of times on this show about the process of getting counsel is intimidating. People think they have to spend money. There are a lot of lawyers that handle claims like this on a contingency where they're not charging anything to evaluate whether or not you have a warranty claim. And second to that is, products have a certain expectations, and you should, as a consumer, have expectations that the product's supposed to be fit for what it's supposed to be fit for, and that it's supposed to work the way that it's supposed to. If it doesn't, don't be afraid to go talk with somebody.
All right. I think this show lived up to our
yeah,
warranty. Information, good stuff.
Yep.
Wes, thanks so much.
Glad to have you on.
Appreciate it. Josh, good to see you again, and thank you for joining us as well. We appreciate it. We'll see you next week right here.
Thanks for watching The Attorneys, sponsored by the law firm of Hollis, Wright & Couch. Car crash cases, defective products, dangerous drugs, injuries, and abuse. Across the state of Alabama, the attorneys, proudly sponsored by Hollis, Wright & Couch, are here to serve you. Your tough legal questions answered by our experts. The Attorneys with Josh Wright from the Hollis, Wright & Couch Law Firm and host David Lamb.
Hello and welcome into The Attorneys. I'm David Lamb. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Here on The Attorneys, the whole goal is to get your legal questions answered and to do that in a way and with a subject matter that matters to you right where you are, and that is certainly the case tonight when we understand lemon laws and protecting your rights. Josh Wright of the firm Hollis, Wright & Couch is with us to lead our discussion. Good to see you, sir.
You too. Hope you had a great week as always.
I did.
Yeah, Wes Barnett's on the show tonight. Wes is with Norris here in Birmingham. Great lawyer, talking about a real interesting topic, and a topic that applies to all of us, consumer warranties. And we're talking about warranties from cars to homes to consumer products and electronics and those types of things that we buy on a daily basis. So Wes, thank you so much for coming on today to talk about this issue. And I actually think it's going to be a topic, David, that educates people on exactly what their rights are related to a product that goes bad.